This Wi-Fi be acting a little janky out here in Colombia sometimes, but I think we good, bro. We are live. Welcome, brothers, to another show. Today I got my homeboy on here, the brother Dennis Jeanpierre, who is currently in Rio de Janeiro right now. Okay, now me and the brother did a video about 9 months ago that went low-key mini viral, and now it's like 100,000 plus views, man. And real good interview, brother. He gives a lot of good information. Check out his YouTube channel, man, because there's not a lot of content coming out of Brazil right now. So we have his channel pinned to the top of the comment section, and we also have it in the chat. We're gonna chop it up today about what's going on in Brazil during the pandemic. The pandemic. The pandemic. Okay, let me get that straight so they won't cut off our screen. So what's going on, brother? How's everything with you today, man?
Everything's pretty good, man. I'm just chilling out, relaxing in the apartment, taking a break from the beach, taking a break from the sun, and
okay,
it's been lovely so far.
Okay, and when did you get down there?
I arrived here on December 27th.
Okay, December 27th. And did you have to take a PCR test to get to enter Brazil?
No, they started doing the test December 30th, so I came down here just in time to avoid the testing. And
okay.
I'm here until the end of March.
Okay, and do you know if currently they need a PCR test, or is it going back and forth like it is here in Colombia, or?
I'm not too sure. I haven't been really keeping up with it, but you do need a test of some sort to enter Brazil now. Okay,
and do you know of any shots you might need to either leave Brazil or enter Brazil? Because I heard that you might need a shot or something.
No.
Okay, that's not true.
Not that I know of, no.
Okay, excellent, man. So, how many times have you been in Brazil? What's this time in Brazil right now? Fifth, sixth time?
This is my seventh time.
This is your seventh time in Brazil. So I'm assuming you love Brazil, okay?
I hate it. No, this is my seventh time. The first time I came down was in 2013.
Okay. Excellent. And what's the weather like out there right now?
Right now it's hot as hell. I mean, it's like upper 80s, low 90s right now. The humidity is really, really high, but I don't complain. I'm coming from cold ass Chicago, so I love every minute of it, man.
Chi-town in the house. That's what's up, man. Now let me ask you this. I'm sure you know currently that we in lockdown, because I talked to you earlier this morning. We in lockdown in Colombia right now until Tuesday, which means we can't really go anywhere. We're stuck in the house. And it was locked down last weekend. It's been restrictions. Are there any restrictions currently now out there in Rio de Janeiro?
No, I mean, it doesn't seem like it. It's like a lot more people are wearing masks in the street. I mean, there are more people wearing masks in the street than there are in America. People wearing masks in the street. But on the beaches, it's like there's no pandemic at all. I mean, the beaches are full. There's still a lot of activity going on. It's like nothing has changed. Okay, we got that confirmed from the brother Global Paper, who just made a comment. He said, yes, you do need a current PCR test right now. And it's a 72-hour PCR test for Brazil is mandatory. All right, so fellas, you do need a PCR test to get out there. But there aren't any restrictions. Now, do you know of any curfews or anything right there going on right now? It's wide open. It's wide
open, so you can party all night if you want to.
Exactly. It's like there's no pandemic at all.
Wow, that is crazy right now.
Yeah.
That is crazy, man. Yeah. All right, we got Vanter Black with a comment. He says, bro, look like Joe Dumars from Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, I think he told me that before in the comment section of one of your videos.
Okay. We got See the God one says salute bros. That's what's up. So man, what's the vibe like there in Brazil right now, man?
It's popping, man. It's popping.
Wow.
It's popping day and night, especially I'm staying right now in the Copacabana area. And it's like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. People still out drinking, partying, and then playing volleyball, soccer. I mean, on the beach. I mean, it never sleeps, man. It seems like it never sleeps. The city never sleeps. it almost seems like the president kind of bucked against the World Health Organization a little bit and just kept his country wide open for the most part. You know,
I think he realized that, hey, I can't shut my whole country down because it's going to
right,
bankrupt the country. You know what I'm saying? You
right,
can't shut the whole economy down. We're just gonna take our losses, man, and just keep going and continue to live life, man. You can't just shut the whole world down. Because people got to eat, man. People got to eat. People got to work. So you can't just shut the whole country down. So I think he just said, "The hell with it. Whatever happens, happens. We'll deal with it."
right. Because my thing is, you know, when you isolate people, when you shut things down, you try to hide from, you know, this disease or whatnot. You're actually hurting yourself more than you're helping yourself, because you need to be consistently building your immunity up, and you build your immunity up by being outside, by getting vitamin D, by exercising, by being around other people. You cannot hide from this. So it's almost like, you know, the governments, I don't think they really know what to do. They want to listen, but they want to open up, because the government here in Colombia has been going back and forth with the Ministry of Health and these judges to keep the country open. But they, like I said, they've been going back and forth. Sometimes you need a PCR test here. Sometimes you don't need a PCR test. But in Brazil, it seems like they realize that, hey, like you just said before, we got to keep this country. We got to keep things going.
Right.
You know, and you have to kind of somewhat admire Brazil for that.
Especially if the government's not paying the people, not handing out stimulus packages. I mean, what do you expect people to do?
Exactly. We got a super chat here from my brother Jay Gamble, and he's asking you, brother, I'll be there in 2 weeks. Can't find an Airbnb that allows Tinder. Any help would be appreciated. So what he means by that is pretty much guest-friendly Airbnbs. Do you know of any guest-friendly Airbnbs in Copacabana?
Yeah,
or hotels?
I'm sitting in one right now. I'm sitting in one right now.
Now, did you ask the owner of the Airbnb that you can have guests, or you just kind of went with it?
Well, he kind of had it in the description of his listing, his Airbnb listing, that, you know, it's guest friendly, this and this and that. And plus the owners are not here. They're in another country. So there's no way they can check up on what's going on in here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I kind of lucked out with this apartment. I think I paid like $38 a month for this apartment. $30 a day, I should say.
Okay. I'm about to say, I'm like, damn, I need to move down there.
Yeah. So I paid $38 a day. I'm here for a month in Rio, and then I'm gonna start bouncing around to different cities.
Okay, and we have another question. He says, have you been to Sao Paulo?
No, not yet.
Okay. Global Paper says Sao Paulo is basically New York, Rio is Miami.
Yes,
all right.
Exactly. Sao Paulo is like, it's like New York City. It's the largest. People don't know this, but Sao Paulo is the largest city in the Western Hemisphere, and it also has the busiest airspace in the world, because the rich people, the traffic is so bad in Sao Paulo that a lot of wealthy people and businessmen, they take helicopter taxis from building to building.
That is crazy right there, man. That is crazy.
Rio is like the Miami of Brazil. Although I think this place is better than Miami. It's beach culture, it's fitness culture, it's a lot of beautiful people. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really popping over here.
Right. And you said the beaches are packed right now out there, right?
Yeah, the beaches are full, just like in previous years before the pandemic.
Wow, that's amazing. Do you have to wear your mask on the beach, or
no? You don't have to. I think I've seen one person. I've been here for 2 weeks already. I saw one person on the beach wearing a mask, just one. Everybody else, no mask.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you're saying that the clubs are wide open, no restrictions, nothing like that, no curfews. So everybody's pretty much just going about life as normal out there right now in Rio de Janeiro?
Pretty much. I mean, the club, I haven't been to the club district yet, but as far as the restaurants, and a few clubs are still open. You still got to wear a mask and this and that, but it's still there's virtually no restrictions.
Mm-hmm. That's excellent, man. That's excellent, man. And what the ladies hitting on out there in Brazil right now, brother? You know, brothers want to know. You know, what the ladies looking like? We see the thumbnail. We see the beautiful woman in the thumbnail, man. What they talking about out there, brother?
Man, like I said in one of my videos, if you're a decent looking guy, smell good, you know what I'm saying? I mean, your dating life will be fantastic. I mean, if you can speak a little Portuguese, even better. If you can speak a little Portuguese, I mean, you got tremendous leverage socially, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, some nights I just go walking through the street. I walk through the street, and here in Rio, you got a lot of restaurants where people sit outside on the sidewalk. They got tables and chairs out on the sidewalk. So you can just be walking by and you see a girl and she's looking at you, you can just go right in. You know what I'm saying? Or if you see a girl, you know, walking in the street in the opposite direction and you see she makes eye contact and smiles at you, you can just run down on her. I mean, it's that simple.
That's what's up, man. And how's your Portuguese coming along, brother? I know last time we spoke, you know, you were telling me some resources to learn Portuguese. How's your Portuguese now?
Much better, much better. Like I said before, every time I come down here, I learn faster. I learn something new. It's still difficult for me because it's hard. Almost nobody in the United States speaks Portuguese, so it's hard to practice on the street in America. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I really don't get really intensive learning until I come here. But when I do come here, I learn pretty faster.
Now, do you have a Portuguese tutor, or you learn from different resources?
I've used over the years books, YouTube, talking with friends, watching soap operas, Brazilian soap operas, and that's pretty much how I've been doing it. Okay, and when
you watch the soap operas, do you put on the captions as well, or you try to catch it?
Nope, because when you're in the street talking to people, there's no captions. So
right. Exactly.
Because I feel like it's important. Learning the language is important because when you're constantly pulling out your phone to translate, it kills the connection. You know what I'm saying?
Kills the vibe,
especially with the ladies.
If you got a lady with
you, if you got a lady with you and the vibe is right, the mood is good, and you can't communicate with her, you don't understand what she's saying, she doesn't understand what you're saying, it kind of kills the connection. It kills the vibe when you got to pull out your phone every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it does.
So that's why I advise and I stress the guys, don't be lazy, put the work in, learn the language, and it will carry you a long way. Trust me when I say this.
That's very true. Even if they see you trying, even if you see you learning, it goes a long way to not knowing anything at all, man. Because you're absolutely right. It's been many a times I've been on the couch in my apartment out here, and you know, me and the beautiful Latina lady, we talking, and I gotta pull out the translator because I know a good amount of Spanish now. I've been here for about 2 months. It is, raised dramatically, of course, because you have to learn Spanish out here in Colombia. But you're absolutely right, bro. Like when you pull out that phone, you just see it, their little face just drop like, here we go with this translator thing. Yeah.
It gets old. It gets tiresome after a while. And I'm gonna say this. I'm certain there's women that I've hooked up with here that I'm certain I would not have hooked up with if I did not speak the language at all. I'm 100% certain. You know what I'm saying? Because contrary to what a lot of people think or what a lot of people say, not a lot of people speak good English here. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people speak good. And Rio has probably the most English-speaking people here in this country. I mean, but the further away from Rio you go, the more Portuguese you need. So it's important to learn the language so you can venture out and see other parts of this country. Because if you don't speak the language, you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost. You're not going to be able to do simple things like, go to the store to ask for something, or go to a restaurant, or, talk to the cab driver or Uber driver, little simple stuff.
And that's definitely the things you definitely want to work out on before your trip, fellas, because you need to know how to order food. You need to know how to, talk to your Uber driver, give him some type of directions, up, down, straight, stuff like that. A key here. It's some basic things you really do need to know before you travel overseas to the country. I see it all the time when guys come out here and they don't know their left from their right. You know, they be lost. It's all types of stuff. So he's 100% correct. If you want more information, you know, subscribe to my brother's channel, man. He got a really dope YouTube channel, man. He's always dropping information. Like I say, it's not a lot of content coming out of Brazil right now. So if you want to travel to Brazil, subscribe to this brother's channel, man. Now we got a question from the brother King Lou. He asked, "Are Brazilian women more approachable and friendlier like Colombian chicks? What's the difference?" Well, I can answer that. Colombian women are very approachable, but I'll go ahead and let you answer for the Brazilian women.
I haven't been to Colombia, so I can't compare yet. But Brazilian women, the main difference with Brazilian women is that if they like you, you're gonna know it. There's no guesswork. There's no, you know, trying to decipher or read signals. I mean, if she likes you, you're gonna know it, and you can just go right in and shoot your shot.
Exactly. Shout out to the brother Jay Gamble for another $5 super chat, man. He says, "Best place to stay, Copacabana or Ipanema for first-time visitor, hotel or Airbnb?" What do you think?
Copacabana or Ipanema is good, and I say that because in both of these areas, they're tourist areas, and everything is within walking distance. Supermarkets, drugstores, beaches, gyms, the subway, everything is within walking distance. Hotel or Airbnb, I would go with an Airbnb because a lot of hotels down here, they kind of frown upon having guests. So you definitely want to get your own place. You definitely want to get your own Airbnb. Don't get a private room. Get your own dedicated apartment. Because when you get a private room, guess what? You're not going to have a refrigerator. You know, you got to walk through somebody else's house. You know, the host might be there. I mean, you don't want that. Make sure it's your own dedicated apartment so you can have your own privacy. So Ipanema or Copacabana is good for newbies. I recommend all newbies stay in either Copacabana or Ipanema because everything's close by. You know, a lot of the restaurants have English-speaking people. So for a new person, Ipanema or Copacabana.
Okay. And what would you suggest as like a meeting point for brothers as well? Like here, I tell brothers they can kind of, you know, see or find other Americans at the Hooters out there in Parque Yeres or Gusto's at night. What's like a staple club or bar or restaurant that brothers can run into other Americans in?
I would say there's two spots that I know of. There's one place called Mabs. It's right on the beach walk on Avenida Atlantica in Copacabana. It's a place where a lot of hookers hang out. So you will see some American guys there. Dolce Vita is a club not too far from that, like maybe a couple hundred yards away. That's also a club where a lot of working girls hang out at. Any of the restaurants along the Avenida Atlantica, any of the kiosks, the beach kiosks, they got like little beach restaurants sprinkled throughout the Copacabana and Ipanema beaches. I mean, you can spot, brother. I meet a lot of good brothers here, man. A lot of good brothers. I saw a dude that I haven't seen in 25 years.
Oh, wow.
I saw a dude that I went to high school with at Mavs. So,
oh, wow. You just happened to run into him.
Huh?
So you just happened to run into him, right?
I was sitting down. He walked up to me. He greeted me. I'm like, hell no, this dude, I ain't seen this man in 25 years. He lives in Sosua. And he came here to Rio because of the restrictions in Dominican Republic right now.
Right.
So he's here right here. He's here down here for a while. And you're going to meet a lot of like-minded brothers down here. I meet a lot of good brothers that I normally wouldn't run into.
Okay. And what's the currency exchange rate right now? Is it like 4-1, 5-1? What's the dollar hitting on right now out there?
It's 5-1. So
5-1.
5-1. So things are very cheap. A couple of days ago, I took a 9.5-mile Uber ride for like $6.30.
Okay. Yeah.
That's pretty good, man. One of the restaurants down the street, you can get a scrambled eggs, toast, orange juice, and a coffee for $3. So you're not going to spend a lot of money here.
And what about like the grocery store out there? Is the food pretty reasonable out there?
Yeah, I recently went to the grocery store. I got like maybe 10 to 15 items for $20.
Okay, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to spend a lot of money here. The exchange rate is really, really in our favor. So you're not going to break the bank. When I first came to Brazil, I think the exchange rate was 1 to 3 or 3 to 1, and now it's 5 to 1.
Me too.
So it's even better.
Yeah. And isn't that amazing? America's a bully. Because it was $3.30 when I was there. Now it's 5 to 1.
Yeah.
If you don't know that is amazing, fellas. Okay. Now, what would you suggest? It's my first time, going to Brazil. I mean, it's not my first time personally, but I'm just saying as an example. It's a guy's first time going to Brazil, right? He has a 10-day trip. What would you suggest his budget be? Like if you want to partake in some of the late night entertainment activities as well, what would you suggest his budget to be for a 10-day trip?
When I first came, I stayed for 13 days. I think I spent like $4,000 on the entire excursion, the flight, the room, entertainment, the whole thing. I would say for 10 days, I would say maybe anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500. He'll be good if he wants to partake in the festivities and all the touristy stuff. And you know what I'm saying? I would say between 1,000 and 1,500, and he'll be straight.
Okay, cool, man. 1,000 to 1,500. All right, we got 87 in the room right now, brothers. Hit that like button for your boy. Get the likes up. Now, brothers are asking questions about the women. I'm gonna go ahead and read my brother King Lou's question. He asks, which women are more attractive between Colombian and Brazilian women? He's asking me, Black Men Travels. Now, that's a very harsh comparison, bro. But I'm gonna be honest with you. From my personal preference, I'm gonna say Brazil. Just that's my personal preference, man, because they look very exotic out there, man. They're very, very exotic. They all shapes, all sizes, all complexions, man. Personally, I'm gonna be honest with you, and maybe you can expound on this too, Dennis. The women in Brazil are like nothing you will ever see in your life in any other part of the world, in my opinion. What would you say to that, Dennis?
They have a charm about them that's hard to describe. They have a charm and an energy about them that's hard to describe. You have to actually come here and experience it for yourself. Don't go by whatever Brazilian women you see in the United States. Come to the source. Come to the source and check it out for yourself and see what I'm talking about. They know how to make you feel
like Exactly, man. To me, it seems like, I love the Dominican Republic. The women in the DR are gorgeous. They're beautiful. A lot of them are down for the cause as well. But it seems like with Brazilian women, you got that rider with you. You got that woman that probably jump in a fist fight for you or something out there.
If you can find a nice girl here, you will have a loyal companion for life. You have a loyal companion for life. But the only downsides to Brazilian women is that they are extremely jealous and possessive.
Oh yeah,
extremely jealous.
Well, I mean, Colombian women are too, so that might be women in general. But you know what, man? It's like with these women in South America in general, man. When they see, a high value male, bro, they're gonna lock you down with the quickness, bro. Because the thing about American men, especially brothers, is we're very laid back, especially when it comes to the way we treat our women. Like we're not as demanding as some of these guys in some of these countries, right? And I tell women this all the time. I say, believe it or not, and I tell the sisters this all the time. I say, believe it or not, you got the best stock of brothers here in America. Because once you leave America, ladies, it gets tough. It's no 50-50. There's no talking back. There's no attitude catching. I mean, some of these dudes in these countries leave you out somewhere in the woods, buried somewhere. I'm telling you what I know. Every time I go to the DR, is some woman, a chica's telling me that her best friend got killed, shot, beat up, slapped, whatever. by some of the guys out there. And it's not indicative of all foreign men. I'm just saying that you got a good stock of brothers in America, right? It's a little different. This is why I created Black Men Travels, really, brother, because it's very different when Black men travel than anybody else travel, bro. You know, it's very different. Whether you a sister or you a white guy, you an Asian guy, when we travel the world, it's just different, man. And it's not that we created this; it just is what it is. You know,
The woman in the thumbnail,
mm-hmm.
she told me yesterday that that Brazilian men are not affectionate. She said they're not affectionate. She said they're just bang, 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 and goodbye.
Hey.
That's literally what she said. She said one thing she noticed is that, you know, I'm a little more affectionate than what she's used to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's another contrast that you just explained.
Exactly, man. I hear Dominican woman told me, she said some Dominican men, like I said, this is not indicative of a whole.
Right, we're not generalizing. We're not generalizing.
Right, we're not generalizing. But she say that, you know, some Dominican men say they going to work across on the other side of the island, and they'll come back 2 weeks later with no money, meaning they've been doing them working, doing, sleeping with other women, and when they see us, like Americans, we used to kind of being in more of a structured relationship when we do decide to get in relationships, right? Now I got a quote from my brother Charles Explores. What's up, Charles? He's talking about some. So you say Brazilian women are amazing, but you're staying in Colombia. Explain, Black Men Travels. Well, it was my first time coming out here to Colombia, maybe about 2 months ago. Even though my ex-girlfriend was Colombian in the States, man, when I got down here, I just loved it, bro. My intention was to always go from Colombia to Brazil, and I will be going to Brazil soon, maybe next month, something like that. But yeah, I love foreign women in general, brother. I really don't have a preference. The Colombian women are beautiful. Some of them are laid back. Some of them are crazy as hell too, But for me, I just love South America in general. I like to skip around the Caribbean. I like Brazil. Hell, I even been to Lima, Peru. But yeah, man, I just want to travel the world right now. So I really don't have a legitimate preference on which female is better than the other female. You can find some down broads in Dominican Republic too. You feel me? But my first heart will always be with Brazil. I've told this 1,000 times to brothers. The Dominican Republic is convenient. It's close, right? And I have a lot of connections in DR. My man Flip Flop out there. My man Edie and Cole is out there. But Rio, man, when I was hanging out in Rio, bro, I fell in love with the culture, the people, and the women, man. Brazil is like no other place in the world. And I be trying to explain, brothers, to that. But there is a little bit of a, I ain't gonna say a high cost, but it's the ticket prices can be a little steep. It's a high cost of entry. It's far, and for first time travelers, I suggest going to the DR or then Colombia, because when you go to Brazil, I'm letting you guys know right now. If you're first time,
Brazil, you're done. You're
Yeah,
done.
it's gonna just be such a culture shock. You're gonna be looking around. You're gonna do exactly what I did when I first went to Brazil, bro. I was sitting down. I was like this the whole time, thinking like, okay. I say, Alan, that's the most beautiful woman I ever seen in my life. 5 minutes later, no. That's the most beautiful woman I ever seen in my life. 10 minutes later, no. That's the most beautiful woman I've seen in my life. And the thing is, right, these women are approachable, right? Let's be honest, fellas. If you go up to the average, diva, dime piece woman in the streets of America, it's gonna be it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something, bro. Let's just be honest, right? But Brazil is different.
Case in point, Aaron.
Oh, go ahead.
Like one of the interviews that I did, I interviewed two women. One was a Japanese Brazilian, the other was a mixed Brazilian. The Japanese Brazilian girl, I met her on the street, just walking down the street. Okay, I was walking, I saw her looking, she smiled, I stopped and talked to her, got her phone number, and the next day she texted me and she invited me to hang out with her friends. So I hopped in the Uber and drove over there to hang out with them. That's how that interview came to be. So, for the most part, American women are not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? The average for an average guy, most American women are not going to do that. They're not going to meet you somewhere and then a stranger and invite you somewhere. I mean, it just most of the time it don't happen like that. Not that quickly.
My bad. I was on mute. My bad. You said a Japanese Brazilian woman, brother? She was mixed.
There's a Japanese population here.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me that her father was Japanese, so Japanese Brazilian woman.
Got you. Man, shout out to the Thinking Man's Templar. You ever see that brother's channel, man? Thinking Man's Templar?
Mm-mm.
Man, this brother has a very, very good YouTube channel. He says, I'm in Salvador Bahia right now, way better than Rio. You must know Portuguese, brother, because I know in Salvador Bahia, there's literally no tourists. But, man, shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you checking out the show, man. I watch a lot of your content, man. You be having some deep videos, and you be saying what a lot of brothers are already thinking, too, which is excellent, man, because your channel is able to bring brothers together kind of on that same thought process. Because I remember for years, man, I thought I was the only brother that was thinking the way I was thinking, about, American culture, about the Matrix, until the brother Charles Tyler came out with his YouTube channel and Al Grease came out with the movie Frustrated, man. And I saw that other brothers were thinking like me, right? Because if you're dating the Matrix, these women, let's keep it real, and I love my sisters, and I'm not making a generalization. I'm talking about all you sisters. All I'm saying is the way they'll make you feel is like you're the only one thinking the way you're thinking. You're the only one going through what you're going through, right? Like you're the only guy. They'll say, oh, you so insecure, or, why you think like that, to make you feel like you're thinking something, crazy, which you're not, right? Like taking a woman out to eat 2-3 times and not getting, not sealing the deal. Like that's almost normal. So shout out to Thinking Man Temple. I just want to say that real quick. Real quick to the chat, my brother Young J216 in the building. He says, I'm working on Spanish right now. Then I go to Portuguese once I master it. Brazil is on the hold. Now, is Spanish and Portuguese, aren't they like sister languages? Like,
yeah, a lot of Portuguese and Spanish are similar. A lot of Portuguese and Spanish words are similar or the same. Mm-hmm. It's just the pronunciation is different.
Okay.
For example, the Spanish word for beer is what?
Cerveza.
Right. In Portuguese, it's cerveja.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? What's the Spanish word for car?
I think it's a carro or something like that.
Carro, yeah, carro.
Yeah, carro, yeah.
Portuguese is carro.
Okay, so the pronunciation is just a little different because I know people say they can understand it, but they might not can speak it well. Most Spanish speakers.
Right, and Portuguese has nasal sounds that Spanish doesn't have and English doesn't have.
Okay. Now, brother, let me ask you this real quick, man, to help the brothers out who will be first-time travelers out there in Brazil. As far as the money exchange, is it better to like carry a lot of cash over there, or is it better just to get cash at the ATM machines?
I'm gonna just tell you what I do. I don't carry cash with me. I go to the ATM machine and pull out. Like I bank, for example, I bank with Bank of America. I go to an ATM inside of a bank. You gotta go inside of a bank. Don't do it out no street ATM. Go inside of a bank and pull your money out. Now your bank may charge you a conversion fee, but it's so small it doesn't even matter. So I'll go to an ATM machine. I'll pull out. Most ATM machines, the maximum you can pull out is 1,000 reais, which is like $200. So when I first get here, I'll pull out 1,000 reais and I'll work with that for the rest of the week or however long it lasts. And whenever I need more, I go back.
Okay.
I don't use currency exchanges and stuff like that because they might try to jack you up. So exactly. I just go to the ATM machine.
Man, shout out to the Afro Analyst with a $5 super chat. He says, awesome platform, respect, salute, BMT, and Dennis. Brothers, follow this brother's channel, man. My brother's Dennis channel. His channel is pinned to the top of the comment section. It's also at the top of the live chat as well, man. Like I say, we got boots on the ground in Brazil. And like I said, I'm going to be coming there soon, brother, because the country is wide open, and I'm kind of tired of the restrictions, man. How the police out there?
The police are cool. I mean, there's police everywhere in Copacabana, Ipanema. You know, there's police on every damn corner, it seems. They don't sweat you. They won't look at you twice.
Right. Now, do they search you anything? Because right now in Colombia, man, they search us all the time.
Nobody searches you. There's none of that. There's none of that.
Excellent.
There's no stopping frisk. There's no, you know, police ain't pulling you out the car and stopping your cab and your Uber. That's none of that here.
Right. See, the guy said he just subbed to your channel, brother. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, as far as transportation, Uber is legal out there, right there in Rio, right?
Yes. Okay.
So did you take an Uber from the airport to your Airbnb?
I took a taxi cab. I took a cab, but you can take an Uber. I suggest taking an Uber from the airport. Don't take the taxi cab because the cab drivers, they're inside the airport. Like when you get your bag, you're coming out the terminal. The taxi drivers are right there, you know, ready to hustle. You know what I'm saying? And some of them charge double what the Uber drivers will charge. So when you get down here, make sure you got your Uber set up. Don't take the cabs because they're gonna charge you double, most likely. Now I took the cab. The cab, he tried to charge me 100 reais to go from GIG to my Airbnb. I said no way, no way. I said the Ubers are like 50 reais. So he went down on his price. So he tried to jack me. He tried to get me once, but I wasn't going for it. So don't go for the cab drivers at the airport. Call an Uber.
Okay, and you say so the standard price is about 50,000 reais from the airport to Copacabana?
No, about 50 something reais, 40 or 50 reais.
Okay, and what's that in American money? Is that like what's that? If it's 5 to 1,
that's like less than $10.
Less than $10. Okay.
Yeah.
And what airport did you fly into? You fly into Gig or the other one?
I flew into GIG.
Okay, Gig. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Alpha Trader asks a good question, man. He asked, "Do you need health insurance to travel?"
You don't need it, but it's good to have.
Right. Exactly. All right. My brother Citizen Lou's in the building. He says Rio lockdown. I guess he kind of came late to the show. No, Rio is fully open right now, brother. Everything is open in Rio.
Rio's fully open.
Thank you, man. Tiplar with another comment. He says, just taking Uber, make sure you have a global plan on your phone so you can call Uber out the gate. That is very, very true. I've been in so many situations, man, where I'm at the airport and I just touched down and I don't have any data, you know? So usually I get a pickup. Somebody comes pick me up in Uber, especially in the DR or even Colombia. But if you do have an international plan, that works best. And then once you get there, you can have maybe another little cell phone, and you can get like a local plan. You can get like a little SIM card or something, so you don't have to use all your minutes. We got another super chat by the brother Villain Bun in the building. Villain Bun says, "Keep me inspired during my annual 20 days February." Okay, he's gonna be in Brazil next month. That's next month actually. 20 days. That's what's up. You know what, man? I might be coming out there because they're not having a carnival this year, right?
No.
Okay, or they pushed it back. I think somebody said they pushed it back to June.
I think they pushed it back. To June or July. I'm not sure.
Okay, so everything should be priced normal right now in February, because usually in February we know that them apartment prices skyrocket because of the carnival. Yeah. You went to the carnival last year, right?
I was here during carnival, but I didn't go because it rained a lot. It rained a lot when I was here last year, so I ended up not going.
Okay. Because last year, during that time frame, you was in like a local city, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I was in a small town about an hour or two outside of Rio. My girl at the time, she had a house out there, so I went to kick it with her for a week.
Shout out to the Thinking Man Tiplar with another comment. He says, "Make sure your bank account knows you're traveling." Yeah, brothers. Always call your banks and your credit cards. Let them know that you're going to be overseas, or they're going to deny, your transaction, stuff like that.
So, in case in point, what he just said, like I bank with Bank of America. If I make a transaction down here, it'll stop the transaction. They'll send me a text message saying, "Did you try this? Did you try to make this transaction?" And you reply yes or no. And when you reply yes, they unlock your card. You can use your card.
Okay, and there is no visa required, right? Because I know I had to have a visa a couple of years ago when I got there. Right now, it's no visa.
They stopped the visa requirement last year in June.
Okay, excellent.
Not last year, the year before, 2019, I think they stopped it.
They sure did. Okay, we got another super chat by the brother Jay Gamble in the building. He says, "What would be a decent amount of time for a first-time visitor to see Rio? Women will only be about 20 to 30% of my stay." What would you suggest to that?
Don't stay.
How many days she stay? 10 days.
No less than 10 days.
No less than, I was going to say the exact same thing, because you're going to lose a day in flight.
Right. And also, if you stay less than 10 days, you're going to feel like you got shortchanged.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? It's not going to be enough. 1 week is not enough.
Really, that's
10
very
days
true.
ain't enough, in my opinion. I mean, 1 month wasn't enough for me after a while, but 10 days at least.
Yeah. Very true, because if you there for like, I've heard dudes be like, "Man, I'm gonna go to Brazil for a weekend." I'd be like, "Bro, don't do that to yourself."
No, this is not. It's too far. Rio is not a place you come for a weekend and go back. It's just not. It's not. It's not the Dominican Republic.
Not at all. Dominican Republic is perfect for that, man. But Rio, I'm telling you, your feelings will be so hurt when you on the way to the airplane, because you're gonna lose a day in flight. So when you get to the airport, you're gonna be feeling shortchanged in the mug. All right, here we go. We got another super chat from the brother. Hold on, let me see here. Great Space TV. Appreciate that $5 super chat, brother. He says, "My friends in America say it's not safe in Brazil, and this keeps me from going to Rio for years. Is the media hype, or should I not be worried?"
Let me say this. Let me say this right now. I've been there 7 times. Not the tiniest little thing happened to me. Not the tiniest little thing happened to me. Okay. I'm from Chicago. Rio de Janeiro, in my opinion, is no more dangerous than the city I'm from. Okay. So I don't walk around scared. And be smart. Don't floss jewelry. Don't go in the hood unaccompanied. Just watch your back. Just just basic stuff. Basic stuff. Stay in the tourist area if you don't feel comfortable. Be aware of your surroundings at all times, and you'll be cool, man. There's no reason to fear. There's really no reason to fear. There's nothing to fear, in my opinion.
Man, that is so very true. Great Space TV. I heard a lot of stuff like that my first time, on the way out there to Brazil. And I remember I went to my barber and I told him, I was all excited. And I said, "Man, I'm about to go to Rio." And he was like, "Rio, where that's at?" I was like, "In Brazil." He was like, "Bro, you need to be real careful. I don't think you should go. Everybody got AIDS out there. It's super violent. Have you seen the City of God?" And I'm like, "Nah, bro, I got a couple of cats out there. They say it's cool." He was like, "Man, I don't know." And believe it or not, he had me a little hesitant. I ain't gonna say I was about to cancel my trip, because I wasn't gonna cancel my trip because I had spent too much money already. But he had me kind of second guessing, like, "Damn, should I really go? I don't want to just go out there and get robbed, But when I went to Brazil, bro, I went ahead and went anyway. And I had a lot of people, even from my own family, like, "Man, I don't think you should go out there by yourself. It's your first time." But shout out to the brother Alan Harper that looked out for me out there as well. Shout out to my brother Terrence, who we linked up out there. And I had the best time of my life, right, fellas? Not only that, but it changed my life. Okay, that 10-day trip set me to create Black Men Travels. All right, to create a YouTube channel, to create a Facebook group, because I wanted to tell more brothers to travel the world. You don't have to go to Brazil. You know what I'm saying? Any country that you like. You got brothers that prefer Japan. You got brothers that love Asia. There's brothers out here all the time that would be in Asia if Asia wasn't on lockdown right now. If Thailand went on lockdown, they probably would be in Thailand right now. But, we got to take what we can get at this point. But yeah, man, you got to find out for yourself. I noticed that about a lot of people, man. A lot of guys in America, well, not a lot, but some people in America will try to dissuade you from traveling the world. Brother, get out there, okay? You're going to blend in most of these countries. Like the brother Dennis say, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be silly, okay? When I was out there in Brazil, some German guy witnessed a favela unannounced with a camera and got shot, okay? So don't do nothing silly. Don't do nothing you wouldn't do in the States. But I'm telling you right now, I feel way more in danger, let's say, not safe, walking up the street in Atlanta to the Texaco than I do in some of these foreign countries, bro.
Real talk. A couple of years ago, I was kicking it with this chick, and we were lying in bed, and she said to me, "Ain't nobody gonna bother you in the street." I said, "Why you say that?" She said, "Because you black."
Yeah, right.
So I'm not trying to act like I'm a tough guy or nothing. I don't throw my weight around, nothing like that. But I just don't move in fear like that. I walk the street late at night sometimes in Copacabana. You know what I mean? I've never been assaulted, never even come close to being assaulted or attacked or robbed. So, I mean, don't listen to people who never traveled, especially those who never traveled outside the country or to the destination you want to go to. What they're talking about is hearsay. And they're just rehashing what they've heard other people say. Just be smart. Don't do anything stupid. Don't engage in any illegal activity, and you'll be fine.
Right. We got a brother Cormega with a $10 super chat. Appreciate that, brother Cormega. Cormega is one of my favorite rappers, by the way. My first trip to Rio was crazy. I almost fell in love. Met I guess that's Karika, and she showed me.
Carioca.
Okay, karaoke. Okay, is that like what is that? It's like
that's
like
another. That's what they call Rio natives, cariocas.
Okay, that's like in Medellin they call them paisas. Okay, I get it. Okay, and she showed me the city. She's still my peeps to this day. Much love. So there you go, fellas. More and more, what they call it, receipts, basically.
Right.
Shout out to the brother Charles Explorers again for the $5 super chat. He says, SoFi or Schwab debit card for no fees abroad. I prefer the climate of Medellin and the price of the plane tickets. Yeah, there is definitely convenient. Like I told you, it is somewhat of a high cost of entry into Rio. And most tickets going to be between $900 and up to $1,400, $1,500, depending on how you like to fly. And it's about a 9-hour flight. And if you don't like flying, Medellin is only about 5 hours away from Florida, if that. So, like I say, it's all about your preference, man. But the price of the flight and the distance is well worth it once you get down to Brazil, all the way. Now, do you fly a particular airline when you're flying out there, or you just go for the best price possible, Dennis?
I go for the best price possible. Most of my trips have been with American Airlines.
Okay.
Only maybe 1 or 2 times that I go with Delta. But most of them are with American Airlines. Okay. And we got a question from J Dollar. This is like the second or third question, man. He asked, are the women thick out there in Brazil? This is the second, maybe third or fourth time somebody asked this in the comment section. What would you say to that? Yes, they are. A lot of these women down here got fantastical asses.
Mm-hmm.
Their asses, even a lot of the white women got asses.
Yeah.
This is my 7th time here, and still, I walk through the street and I'm still looking. I'm like, God damn. I'm just like, damn, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Wow, it's a lot of eye candy here, man, for sure.
Shout out to my brother Young J216 with a $5 super chat, man. He says, just all depends on your energy. I walk through Charamicos, which is a hood outside of Sosua. Keep it there all day. Got nothing but love. Yeah, I tell brothers all the time, man, you truly are blessed. And I had a white guy tell me, I said this on the show yesterday, I've had 2 white guys in different countries, in Brazil and the DR, was like, bro, you good, you blend in. You know what I'm saying? He's like, when I walk around, if I'm outside in one of these neighborhoods, I go down the wrong street, they're looking at me like a target. They don't even know if you're from here or not. So I try to tell brothers that all the time. Yeah, man, especially if you got good energy, man. We're not there to try to rob, rape, pillage. We don't have that type of history. Okay. Right. So when they see us and they find out we're American, plus you got to understand that through hip hop, they really embrace the American culture. Do you hear a lot of hip hop out there in Brazil as well?
Yeah.
You hear it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, like I said in one of my videos, you got people that don't speak English at all, but they know the lyrics to American songs. Like the girl in the thumbnail. She got a playlist full of American songs. She asked me, "Do you know this song?" Shit, she knows songs that I didn't know about.
All right. We got
I
another.
saw her singing. I saw her trying to sing along to a song in English, but she don't speak no English at all.
Oh wow! That's crazy, man. We got a good question from the brother D7. He says, "Do you ever get any jealousy from the local men out there?"
Yes, I mean sometimes yes. Case in point, my main girlfriend at the time, she came to my apartment complex one day, and this apartment building has a maintenance staff, guys. So she came over one day and she overheard one of the maintenance staff guys talking about me. And he was saying like how I get lucky with different women and I'll be bringing different girls up to the apartment. So she overheard this and that tipped her off. Okay. So a couple weeks later, I was at her house and I went out for a jog one morning. I left my phone in her house on a charger. Now my phone is locked, but she got to it before it locked, and she got on my phone and saw all my pictures and messages and shit. So I was busted. So you do get a couple haters down here. Not a lot. Brazilian men for the most part are pretty cool. They know what the deal is. But you may be in a situation where you might have to grease some palms. You may have to grease the doorman's palm, pay him off so he won't say anything, so he won't rat you out. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, jealousy amongst the Brazilian men is not a big deal.
Man, that is very, very true. In South America in general, fellas, there's so many women out here, man. You gonna catch you might get into a few little situations, but it's nothing serious. Case in point, like you said, you might have greased a few palms. One of the security guys had snitched on my boy at his building. Was like, yeah, he's got girls coming in and out of here. So stuff like that. Little dry snitching, like little dry hating.
Right. I got dry snitch. I got dry snitch, man.
Yeah, it'd be little light stuff, man. It's nothing like the States where brothers will blow your head off for a female, bro. Nothing like that. We got Andre Beasley with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that super chat, brother. He says, I bought my ticket out of IAH to gig in April for $616 round trip. I couldn't believe that price. But that is a great price, actually.
That's a good price. From where? From Houston.
Yeah, from Houston. Yep.
Because from Houston, it's a nonstop flight. So that's
why it's so cheap. It sure is. Yeah, I was thinking about.
I can't get a nonstop from Chicago to Rio.
Now I was thinking about how I usually fly to Brazil, man. I usually have to fly right out of Miami. Like I don't even book my ticket from Atlanta to Brazil. I just will find a little cheap ticket to get to Miami, and I fly out of Miami, man. Because if you put Atlanta to Brazil, you're gonna pay $1,000 easy, and Atlanta to Miami could be like $60, $70 on Frontier or something like that. So that's how I do it. Do you book your flight directly from Chicago, or do you try to book it from a different airport?
No, I come from Chicago. This time I stopped over in Miami. And I think it's better to have that little stop. You get to get off the plane, stretch your legs, rest a little bit before you take that 8-hour journey from Miami to Rio. Yeah,
man, most definitely. Shout out to Mr. Apache Helicopter for the $9.99 super chat. I really appreciate that, brother. He says, I'll be in Cartagena for the first time this summer for at least a week. Looking forward to it. Hopefully I can link up with y'all either there or in Rio when I come through. Most definitely. Brothers, hit me up on blackmentravels@gmail.com, man. I get the email straight to my phone. And if you're in town, man, hit me up, man. I kick it with brothers all the time. We be having a good times. I tell them where to go, how to move. I take them to some good cheap spots for lunch and dinner, stuff like that. So, yeah, man, definitely hit me up, man. Definitely hit me up. Because if you try to hit me up on Facebook for some reason, if you're not on my friend list, it goes to like a different section, which I rarely check. I'm pretty sure it's like 100 messages there. I just forget to check them. So if you message me, brothers, it's better to message me on blackmentravels@gmail.com. And we look out for each other, man. If we see other African Americans out there in these countries, we always link up, and give brothers information, stuff like that as well, man. Here we go with the 19. I've got another super chat from Classy Young Man. That's a good name, bro. I like that name. He says, shout out to Dennis and Aaron. I will be in Brazil Memorial Day. Hopefully we can link up, Dennis and Aaron. I will see you in Colombia soon. Brother, hit me up on blackmentravels@gmail. Definitely hit me up, man. We definitely going to link up, brother. Definitely going to link up. Well, brother, we've been out
I'm
this
gonna leave my email, and hopefully, maybe I can do it with Aaron. Maybe he'll leave my email, or I'll leave an email on my channel on one of my videos. So anybody who wants to hit me up, can hit me up for sure.
Yeah, man.
Linking up.
Most definitely. Well, brother, we've been in here for about an hour, man. We got 159 in the building. That's like the most I've ever had.
Nice.
We did another classic interview, man. Maybe just to go viral as well. Now that video that went viral, let's talk about that for a second, man. Because I went through the comments, you went through the comments. The videos are about 110,000 views right now, and we got some. It was pretty mixed, but for the most part, it was positive. But you had a few haters in the comment section, brother.
let me just say this: the naysayers and the criticisms, all of that shit is water off my ass. It doesn't mean a thing. I do not care what the naysayers or criticizers think. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are not even qualified to even speak on this issue, so it means nothing. Any of you young cats listening to this, any of you young guys that are looking to travel, that have never traveled outside the United States, don't listen to the haters. Mm-hmm. Listen to guys like me. Listen to guys like Aaron. Listen to other guys, other black men who travel and are having a good time, who found the way to develop means of income so that they're able to travel and do the things they want to do. They're able to go where they want to go, where they want to go, when they want to go, and with whom they want to go with. I mean, that's the lifestyle you want. Mm-hmm. So don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to the naysayers. We're not steering you wrong here. Just be smart. Get your weight up. Get your money up, and you can do whatever you want to do. Exactly, man.
Exactly. This is why I have shows like Money Talk Tuesdays, so brothers can help educate each other on building their resources so they can travel more and more. I want brothers to be traveling worldwide at all times of the year, man, because it's a beautiful world out here, brothers. Shout out to Worship the King for the $5 super chat. He says, first time traveling Rio or Medellin, looking to date, not pay for play. Now, brother, do you know of any websites you can refer brothers to if they want to like just a nice little, date or something like that out there in Brazil?
There's Brazil Cupid. Mm-hmm. You can try Plenty of Fish. You can try Tinder. Mm-hmm. You can go on there and chit chat with some of the Brazilian ladies. Mm-hmm. And meet them when you get down here, or pipelining, as they say. So those are some of the main ways. Or you can meet women on the street when you get here, on the ground. So.
Exactly, man. Get your Portuguese up too, brothers. Get your Spanish up. Get your Portuguese
up. Don't come down here naked. Don't come down here not knowing no Portuguese. If you're making a plan to come down here months in advance, get to learning as soon as you can, so that you're not coming down here, lost like a fish out of water.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Club Fillers Incorporated, man. He says your channel blowing up now, bros. Likes up, subs up, and donuts rolling in. Appreciate that, brother. I have another good question. Now, this is from the realist. He asked, do you know Spanish to have a real girlfriend in Rio? I guess he means Portuguese. He says Spanish, but he means Portuguese.
Right. They speak Portuguese. You don't need to know Portuguese, but it's good to know, because it's good to speak it anyway. The connection between you and that woman is going to be greater. The connection between you and her friends and her family is going to be greater if you're able to speak their language. Mm-hmm. So again, don't be lazy. Put the work in, learn the language, and it will pay off. Trust me. Believe me, it'll pay off.
Gotcha. Now we got a sister in the building. She says, Teresa D. Child, she says, what's the crime like in Rio? We discussed that earlier, but she might be a little late to the video. What's the crime out there like?
Like any other major city in America.
There you go. All right, we got
that's my answer to that. Any other major city in America. I'm more concerned going in certain neighborhoods in Chicago. There's certain gas stations in Chicago I won't go to. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's certain in Atlanta, in the gas station in Atlanta, bro, it's like the most unsafest thing in Atlanta is the gas station, believe it or not. That's why a lot of people go to quick trips now, because them little Texacos, them little Exxons offering the cut, it goes down, bro. It goes down. Delano Music with a $2 super chat. Appreciate that, brother. He says, I got a ticket from ROC to gig, $670 with insurance. Man, it's some good prices out here, I see. That's what's up, man.
What did he say? Oh, 670 with insurance. Yeah, that's good. That's a good price.
That's a very excellent price. I remember when I first started looking at tickets in Brazil back in like 2017, I couldn't find anything less than like 900, and that was with layovers.
I can only dream of getting that price. I spend over $1,000 almost every time I go, because being that I'm tall, I gotta sit in the emergency aisle seat.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend an extra $300 on my ticket no matter what.
Yeah, man, you gotta, because there's nothing worse, especially in going to Brazil. You can't even skimp on that because you don't want to be, you don't want to be, cramped up for like 8-9 hours, bro.
Nah, that's not happening.
Well, brother, I appreciate you coming to the show. Like I say, brothers, if you want good videos, man, good information, this brother puts out a lot of good content. Subscribe to my brother's channel. It's at the top of the comment section, and it's also at the top of the chat room as well. Any last words, brother?
Hey, if you're thinking about coming down here, if you've been kind of on the fence or you've been watching different videos, different brothers talking about Rio, and you're kind of weighing your options, make the trip. You will not be sorry. I came down here. I was nervous. I was a little scared. I spent $4,000. I probably spent too much, but if I had to do it all over again, I'll do it again. It was worth every single penny. So if you want to do it, do it. Link up with me. Link up with Aaron. Link up with any other brothers in the Black Manosphere who are coming down here, and you'll be in good hands.
Bet. Real quick, I have another quick question from Cormac. He says, you have someone to go to the favelas. I have someone, the favela brothers. You have anybody that do?
I got friends there that I met through my girlfriend at the time. I don't advise you going into the favelas if you don't know anybody, if you're not accompanied by anybody. You may walk into something that you may not be able to deal with. So just stay out of the favelas unless you know somebody there, unless they're with you or whatever. Don't do it by yourself. It's not
very
safe.
true. Very, very true. Well, all right, fellas. Appreciate y'all, chopping it up with us, man. Dennis, I appreciate you coming on the show again. We did another classic video, man. We're gonna do it again sometime, brother.
Absolutely, for sure.
All right, salute, man. Peace.
All right, you too. Peace.